a grabby grabby, right? No? But, ew, yeah. It has a key on its butt. Let's play Portrait of a Torn. Hello and welcome to Hula Noot plays short-ish indie horror games. Today I'm starting, it will probably be a shorter long play, so I'm guessing 2 or 3 episodes. I've seen this being played by Gibbs Smulders, who is usually a good indicator that a game is kind of fun and maybe even creepy. This was done by Indigo Studios, and I accidentally started the game and the recording before I could look at the Steam page. But I think, and this is why I picked this. This is I think was marked as a walking simulator, and I know mouthwashing, which I just played, also essentially is a walking simulator. But I think the Portrait of a Torn setting is very classic horror. I think it might be even like historical setting, it's been a while, hasn't it? So I'm really looking forward to, go into it. New game. Homecoming. After months of suffering and darkness on the front lines of a bloody war, Robert... Why? I'll never get this. I'll never understand this. Okay. We're not off to a good start. We got the door, so I guess it's psychological horror. It's kind of a Resident Evil door, but I think in this circumstances it's probably a Mindscape door. Oh, are we we're playing. Okay.
Wow. It feels good to be back home after all this time.
Ooh, voiceover.
Hello? Is anyone home?
Alright. Yeah, it looks old-timey. Let's see. What do we have here?
My buddies from the regiment. My squad. I'm gonna miss them during these days of leave. But it sure feels good to be home.
They all look the same. Is this AI art? Look. Look. The guy... Okay. The guy not directly on the right, but on the bottom right. That hand... That's not... There's a finger there that looks like it should not be there. And the fact that all these guys look like the same version of the guy, or different versions of the same guy, that's what I wanted to say, makes me also, one of the guys has a hand around his neck. I don't know. Is this AI art in the game? I want to know. I hate that you have to be so suspicious because I don't want to support it. And if I happen upon it, I want to critically comment on it because I fucking hate it. But I hate that you're turning into this, conspiracy theorist where you're like, is this AI? Is this a proper hand? I don't want to do this while I'm playing games. Alright. I thought we were playing as a woman because, the main feature image has a woman, but I guess not. This looks like 60s, 70s, maybe. This kind of clock, I think.
No one at home plays the piano. Actually, I don't know why we even have one.
I mean, if you can't get a piano, it's one of those things, I don't play piano, but if I ever had the chance to get a piano, I would probably do it. If I see a piano on the streets, I'm like, it's mine. Who has wine out in the open like this? And they collect plates? So he's back from the war.
Library. I love this room. Hopefully, I can dive into a couple of books while I'm on army leave.
Yeah, it looks like the uniforms. Wait. Man, I'm not enough of a war buff to know if this is First or Second World War uniform. I would say Second World War, but if this is AI generated, it is humbug anyways, so I'm not quite sure. But I feel like First would be... I mean, everything looks... No. Everything looks a little bit too... more like 30s or 40s, so I would wager it's the Second World War.
Dear Adele, allow me to express my deepest condolences for such a terrible loss. I am at your disposal for anything you may need. Enclosed with this letter is a recipe for a potent anxiolytic that will help you cope with such a terrible moment. Do not take more than 1 dose per day. Sincerely, Dr. Bernard Sleesing.
Dr. Bernard has prescribed pills for Mom. What's going on with her? Is she sick?
I think the voiceover is natural, au natural, because it sounds a little bit... It doesn't sound like fully professional voiceover. And a couple of, like, the P was just now a little bit over there, you know, a little harsh on the ears, which I would say AI does not create, which is a good thing. Is this tarot cards or just a normal card deck? So someone died? Was it like his father?
The mysterious door. Mom says it leads to the old parts of the house, but it's all in ruins. The door was sealed long ago.
The mysterious door. So you just have a mysterious door in your house. Also, this is a sorry excuse for a library. Can we open this? This looks like it's probably one book we kind of have to shift, but yeah. If this is a proper walking simulator game, then it will happen when it happens. It's very dark, by the way. I hope it's not too... I will try to change that during editing. Oh, we can't click on that. So is that me? That's pills? Yeah, that looks...
Neuromazin nervous system sedative. Effective in relieving anxiety. May cause drowsiness and other severe side effects. It doesn't sound like Mom has been very well while alone. She's probably asleep in her room. I'd better wait until she wakes up.
Yeah, we'll sneak around. Oh, that's... yeah. But now that I know that the art may be AI as well... But maybe it's like...
Mom and me. I must have been about 10 years old here. I was such a mischievous kid.
I mean, look at the hands. Look at the hands. They're all hidden. I don't know. I don't know. And the faces again. They're kind of weird. Kind of...
A picture of Dad. I miss him so much.
I don't trust this. Something's off about the photos. I'm not quite sure about the art. Because this could be public comments, you know. You can use those as you like if you mention them in the liner notes. It's that. Can't look at it. The story of the little princess. Okay. Oh, there's a little table. Gossip, interesting romances. Yeah, this is the 40s, I think. Studios tell you which stars are setting the pace. Okay. And we have the same lamp in every single room. You committed back then, you know. You chose a lamp and that was it. Alright, this is very dark. What do we have here? Ooh, the dark kitchen. Do we have... We should have electric lights, but we can't turn it on. Do we have a dog?
Ralph's toys in bed. When I have time, I want to teach him a lot of tricks. Ralph, where are you? Come here, boy. Mom! Is she crying?
Okay. But I wanna go through here first. Let's go through it. Let's get some more storytelling.
This is a lot of overdue bills. Why didn't Mom tell me to send her money if she needed it?
Maybe pride? Or maybe she's not in the right headspace to do that. Wait, what was... We just had a hand here. Oh, there.
Mom isn't making dinner yet. Maybe we could order a pizza to celebrate my return? Man, I need a pizza.
Man, I don't think they had pizza delivery services in the 1940s? Are you... Okay, so I guess this isn't historically accurate at all. I mean, am I wrong here? Does anyone know? But I feel like no. I feel like delivery services... 80s, I think. 80s, 90s. That's when... Like, definitely 80s, you know, but I think not much earlier.
My room is locked.
Why, though? That's weird. He's dead. He died in the war. I'm calling it.
Ralph's toys. But where is he gone?
Why don't we take it? Okay, so now I think we covered everything here. Alright, let's go upstairs.
Damn it. All this gives me a very bad feeling. I hope Mom is okay.
It's been only 10 minutes, but I have a feeling this will not be the greatest game I've ever played, but I'll be open. Maybe I will be surprised by everything.
A bunch of stuff from the previous tenants of the house. A newspaper from 40 years ago. Why are we keeping this?
So it's the 1950s. What war is he in? 40 years ago. It's 1910. 1950s. What war? And I feel like the uniforms... I'm confused. Murderous madwoman arrested. What shall we do with mentally ill individuals who exhibit dangerous psychopathies? This issue remains a pressing concern in our society. In this first decade of the 20th century, it has been conclusively demonstrated that neither institutionalization nor incarceration are effective solutions. We must find new ways to protect society from this silent enemy, which also victimizes those who suffer from it. The traditional approach of confinement, whether in mental institutions or prisons, has shown to be not only ineffective but also inhumane. I don't think they would have written that in the 1910s. Because they were not there yet. I mean, a couple of people were, but... This is a confounding game so far. Okay, I don't want to go in there. I want to see what's up this store.
Mom must be resting. I better leave her alone until she wakes up.
So I guess that was her bedroom. This I like. That's a cool window. Okay. Is that the bathroom?
This mirror is filthy. What's going on with Mom? It's not like her to let things get this messy.
Oh, there's a key, obviously. I mean, where do you keep your keys, huh?
This key looks like my room key. What is it doing here?
I mean... Why would it be anywhere else except in the bathroom? This is a horror game after all. Oh yeah, I'm not allowed to go to Mom or the game just completely loses it. Right. I'm sorry. I'm a heckler. I have a nasty attitude. There you go. Yep. Let's open it up. I think I'm dead.
But what has happened here?
Yep.
What has Mom done to my room?
Well,
it looks like she's using it to store junk.
You're dead, probably. That was what the letter was about.
Esther, my dear friend? Girlfriend? I guess we're something a bit complicated.
Can I zoom on this?
The old oven? Really?
This magazine looks like it's from the 60s. The phone looks like it's from the, 1905 or so. It's,
This is all very strange. I'm afraid that something has happened to Mom. I'd better go and see how she's doing.
Finally. Fine. Why wouldn't you, though? That would be the first that, like, even if she's asleep, I'm back home from the war. Mom better wake up. I'm sorry. I don't even need, dinner to be ready or anything, but I'll, come on, say hello.
Mom, are you okay? Mom, what's wrong? I'm going to open the door.
Of course.
I don't get it. There's nobody here.
No, of course there's nobody here. We had a very similar clock. Oh, it's the same lighthouse picture.
Official dispatch. Command of the Brigade 3, Regiment 45, November 1952, to the family of Robert Candell. It is with deep sorrow that we inform you of the combat death of your son, Soldier Robert Candell, on 23rd at 7 in the evening in Ground Zero. Robert fell heroically, defending his position. His valor, his commitment, and his dedication to the cause of freedom will always be an example to all of us. He was an exemplary young man, full of life and ideals, who did not hesitate to risk everything to defend democracy and social justice. His death is an irreparable loss for our brigade, but his memory will live forever in our hearts. On behalf of the Army, we express our deepest condolences to the family for such a painful loss. We ask that you accept our heartfelt condolences and our deepest solidarity in these difficult times. Rest in peace.
It's no name. It's no name.
What kind of twisted joke is this? Who would write to my mother telling her that I'm dead? No, this can't be possible. Am I dead?
I guess so. Okay. Some of the pronunciations, or rather, the emphasis on some of the syllables of the voice actor were a little bit weird, but maybe it was just a very creative way to add some pathos.
What is happening? Is this the trenches?
Oh, there's a person. First person we're seeing. Hi.
It's too late. He's dead.
He looks so casual. He looks like he's sleeping. Alright. Getting Amnesia the Bunker flashbacks, which is an amazing game. If you like survival horror, ooh boy, it's a fantastic and super fun game. Highly recommend it. If you don't want to play it, you can watch my playthrough now. But yeah, really, it's super fun. And it can be difficult, but it's easy enough that I made it through and had my fun with it. So, you know, it's for all types of players, really.
My photograph of Esther. She is so beautiful.
And probably so fake. Come back soon. I'll miss you, Esther.
Did I leave this photo lying here in the rain? What happened?
You did not. You just walked out of your own house and into the trenches. Do you maybe think that this is either like a nightmare, limbo, a hallucination? I mean, you're really wondering if you left the picture. That is your concern right now? That is wild. Not talking about that corpse here. Alright, is there... Ew! Oh, that's creepy.
I hadn't spoken to him, but he seemed like a good guy.
Alright. So why we're not talking about him? Maybe he didn't seem like a good guy. I don't want to make light of war, by the way. It is a horrible thing. Oh.
So much death. So much suffering. Why? What's the point?
But 1950... Can I take this? No? Okay.
The tent couldn't withstand so much rain and mud.
Okay. Well, it does.
This letter looks like it was written by me. Dear Esther, I'm not sure if this letter will come as a surprise, but I hope you don't mind me writing to you. How are you? How's work at the shop going? I'm writing this from the trenches in the middle of the night. Our regiment has taken shelter here, and we are waiting until morning to advance. Tonight seems quiet, so many of my comrades have decided to write letters. Many of them filled with romantic thoughts and feelings. After much thought, I've decided to write to you. We've never talked about this, and I feel that if I don't do it now, I might never have the chance again. It's hard for me to say, and it might sound awkward. I wish you were here so I could tell you in person. To me, you've always been the girl who lived across the street. But I lost my chance that day on the train when we said goodbye. And you don't know how much I regret not having the courage to tell you then, how I really feel about you. Maybe, when I get back home, we could...
Just wipe it. Just wipe it. It's just mud. You can't just wipe it. Also, this is an amazing letter because he's still not telling her
I think
that
I
he loves her.
remember. I was writing this letter when suddenly something happened.
Well, what happened? Maybe the bomb. Maybe he just got killed that
I
moment.
don't understand. Is there no one here? Am I the last one left here?
You just walked out of your house into the trenches. There's no logic here. You shouldn't be surprised if there's a dinosaur standing in front of you.
There is someone there.
Yep, I see him. I see him. Ooh, okay. Is that me? And these army fatigues, aren't those like 1960s fatigues, like with that coloring? That's not from the First or Second World War, is it? I'm not even, but please correct me if you're a war history buff, or you know. But yeah, this is a little bit jangled with the historical details, I think.
This tag. This is my number. Is this how it happened? Is this how I died?
And these tags, they're definitely like Vietnam War. Maybe that's part of the horror, that it's kind of all mangled.
She needs me. I've got to find her.
Man, I wish we would get in these types of games realistically reacting protagonists. I'm stuck. No. Can we get back? Yes. Okay. Mama. Yeah. All right. I was actually hoping for like a Victorian Gothic horror, but that's on me for not doing my research, because I don't like doing research and then getting spoiled. So I like to go in relatively, you know, blind, and yeah, that sometimes bites me in the ass. Okay. All right.
Candles. Roses. A photo of me. This is my funeral. I will never be able to see Esther again, nor my mother. I will never be able to play with Ralph. I don't even know how to say goodbye.
Can I? Oh, I wanted to compare this picture with the other one. Oh, she looks like. Wait, what's with the
Who
head?
are you?
Did that not properly?
Wait, don't go away.
Can I go? I want to see like the picture of him. That's a different person. Yeah, this is AI generated. That is a different person. Okay. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it looks. But she had like something on her forehead that I think wasn't intended. But yeah, we'll follow the creepy lady. So did he just say mom or not? I was distracted with the thing on her head. She looked a little bit... Oop. The mysterious woman. After accepting his death for Robert, everything is confusion. How could he contact his mother, who was... Yeah, thanks. Thanks for the information. Can I look at... No, I can't. I thought maybe we have like a journal tab.
Where am I? It seems like I'm at home, but everything's so different.
Oh no.
Who was that woman? Where did she go?
one. No puzzles. Not puzzles. I don't even know.
The portrait of a terrifying woman. A signature reads, "To my dear Madame Moncorb." It feels like she's staring at me.
It feels so mean to say. The picture of a terrifying woman. She's not scary. She might not look like a, you know, an actor.
Dear Mother, I know this letter will surprise you. Please understand, it is not easy for me to write these words. When Father died, I lost the only support I had. You, with your desire to control everything, never understood, or perhaps never wanted to understand. My heart, the heart of a young woman in love. That's why, that night 5 years ago, I escaped from your lack of understanding, from your limitations, and went in search of my happiness with him, the only love of my life. We lived some good years here in Barcelona, with very little. His income as a road laborer was barely enough, but despite our poverty, we were always happy. In September, the man whose name you never wanted to know began to feel unwell. He had chills, fever, and a great pain in his chest. Despite visiting many doctors, his relentless cough persisted. When he began coughing up blood, we feared the worst. We knew what was happening. A couple of weeks ago, his lungs could no longer endure. The cursed tuberculosis had taken him from me. Overnight, I was left alone, with no means to survive, facing a hostile and dark world. That is why, Mother, I beg for your forgiveness and ask you to let me return home, where at least I will have a roof over my head. I have a very good reason for seeking your forgiveness. If you accept me, you will understand. With respect, Hope.
Does she have a baby?
The letter is signed by someone named Hope. Could it be her? Is this her name?
Of this woman? I'm not quite sure. That could be the mother more like.
The envelope of a letter from Hope Moncorp to a Mrs. A. Moncorp.
So, I mean, the concept is kind of, so we're going through the different ghost stories throughout the years.
1910? How is that possible? Am I in the past? What am I doing here?
Oh, we'll find out. We'll find out. What's the Holy Maria? Maybe. Oh, it's all closed up. Is that me? Huh? There's a... No, it's an owl. I thought it was a cat. But I'll allow an owl.
The kitchen is completely different. It looks much older.
Oh.
Is it a medical prescription? No, it seems more like some kind of clue.
Okay. So we got... That's a goose. An owl. A horsey. Yeah, we saw that horse in the old in our home, in the old room, where they for some reason put like the stuff from this old family instead of throwing it away. So Mr. Moncorp was a doctor. A date 99. Alright. Keep it open. What's that? I don't know. Cozy. It's very cold in my home. Currently. Whenever it gets a little bit...
Is stuck.
Oh.
I could try to open it with something to pry it.
Alright, we'll find it. We'll find it. Whenever it gets a little bit warmer outside, they turn down the heating power immediately for the house. Oh, cool. Oh. Okay, so we got 1 for the ink, 5 for the goose. That is an adorable sculpture. Or no, not sculpture. You know what I mean. What's that? Bread. Okay. Three. We haven't found where the combination goes to yet. So we'll see. Maybe it's upstairs. But yeah, that's interesting. Telling more than one story is actually, that's neat. There's the horsey. There you go. Oh, that's a 4. Okay. So now we got the code, but where's the thing to use
These
the code?
books have some strange symbols on the spine.
Yeah, that's zodiac signs. Is that the same puzzle? 5, 3, 4, 1? No. I feel like it's a different puzzle to the numbers, because zodiac signs are not really like first month, second, and 12th and stuff. You know, they overlap with the months, so we can really go by numbers. And if it would be just numbers, look, there's a snowflake here on the door, then it wouldn't really make sense. Then we wouldn't need the zodiac signs. Oh, here. Ah. Okay. Don't want that. Okay. First one. 5. 3. 4. I feel like Sesame Street really good. And now everyone. 1. That's it. But that is 4, 3, 5, 3, 4, 1. Wait, what? That's totally it. Oh. Ugh, I thought just
open.
spacebar would do it, but I had to push E. Okay. Alright.
It looks like a letter about to be sent.
Hope. I'm glad that you have finally come to your senses. By disobeying my orders, you condemned yourself to a world of misfortune, and you have gotten what you deserve. You could have married a man with resources instead of living like a nobody with a good-for-nothing. Now, you beg me on your knees to take you into my home like a homeless person, a failure, who hasn't been able to take a step without making mistakes. I shouldn't listen to your pleas. As I said before, you don't deserve it, and defying me is something I won't forgive. But if you swear to me that you will blindly obey all my orders, then maybe I will allow this house and its food to comfort your miserable existence. I await your response. Your mother.
Sheesh. Everything's better than that.
Mrs. Montcorb. Hope's mother, I suppose. She seems like a very dark person.
Yeah, with the voice I didn't expect, but actually a good voice acting, I think.
Book about the zodiac sign.
Yes, it is. It is. Alright. But still, it doesn't... Oh, maybe we'll find the collection of the zodiacs at some point.
It's the same piano from my house. So, it was already in the house when my parents bought it?
Like that. I would keep that. Even if I don't play, I would keep it because it's a piano. It's like, I don't know. For me, as a kid, it was always like rich people have pianos, you know. It's like you have a nice house if you have a piano. Okay, there's another key.
A key. What should it open?
I don't know. Also, what could it open? That's not... Man, that looks like it totally should do something. Oh, another letter.
Today, I wrote to my daughter in response to her letter. She seems to be completely unaware of the family ruin in which I find myself. She asks me to take her in, and I must swallow my resentment, for I have hatched a plan. I hope that at 22, she is still attractive to men. After 5 years of misery at the side of that puppet, I wonder what I'll find. A woman without light, without soul. But I must try. If I can get some bachelor with money to fall for her, we'll be saved. If I don't, it's straight to disaster.
Ooh. Pimping off your daughter. Sheesh, lady.
All of this feels so strange. What happened in this house? Why am I here? The woman. Did she make me come here? Why? I need to understand. I need answers.
That's the question. It was the ghost, I think. Was it the ghost of the mother or of Hope? I don't know, actually. Because then the question would be, is it about forgiveness? You know, that the mother has seen her evil ways and wants forgiveness by telling the story? Wait, what? What's that? Huh. Maybe in one of the next stories. Or is it about revenge? Can I run? Yeah, it's the kind of run where you're like, it's not really, is it? It's more like a hastened walk, but still casual enough to not really...
This must be Mrs. Moncorp's room. Hope's mother.
Yeah, I know who Miss But thanks for the explanation, though.
Arsenic. What kind of woman hides poison in her closet?
Well, where else should you hide it, huh? Wouldn't hide it in the kitchen with the other with the other food. Oops. I wouldn't hide it in the kitchen with food. I mean, here it's better because no one can confuse it with food. Okay, what do we have here? Another letter.
The 8th of February, 1910.
I love that voice actor.
It's a disaster. This good-for-nothing arrived today. If she had told me in a letter what was in store for me, I wouldn't even have answered her. What am I going to do? Who would want to marry that woman? Certainly not a good match. I wouldn't let Hope come back to marry a fat brewer. She looks good. You can tell she was well taken care of. Her teeth are still good and her breasts seem to be in place. I'll talk to her. She'll have to obey me in everything. If not, I won't even give her the key to her room. It's still hidden behind the ischium of my late husband's office. Frederick put it there for fear that she would burn Hope's things when she left home. What an idiot. He thought I didn't know. So there's no going back now. I've sold all of Frederick's memorabilia. His gold watch, his solitaire ring that his father gave him, the entire collection of medical books, his antiques and other things of value. Word of my precarious state has not yet spread, and with this, I shall be able to keep up appearances for a while longer. After that, there will be nothing more to do. Hope must, in any case, be married to a rich man and landowner, and I am prepared to do anything to achieve it.
Would she get rid of the baby? Also, who's she? If she's writing, like, because... Put it there for fear that she would burn Hope's things when she left home. But if she means herself, then she would say I. And this is the kind of game where I'm like, usually, you know, I would read this and be like, oh, it's a clue. Maybe there's someone else. But in this kind of game, I'm like, is it a mistake? It's probably a mistake.
What a selfish woman. Her only interest in her daughter is to maintain her status?
Yep.
According to this journal, there is a key hidden behind the ischium in the doctor's office. What the hell is an ischium?
In the doctor's office? Where would that be?
List of candidates. What is this?
List of possible candidates in order of priority and call for applications. Edmund Garrick, 24 years old. Single, youngest son of the Marquis of Fonsalva. Senan Burgess Goy, 25 years old. Single, grandson of Burgess Goy Limited. Norman de Salles, 30 years old, single, rich heir. He needs to silence rumors about his sexuality.
Oh, perfect fit.
Anibal Dearson River, widower, colonel in the army. Hermenegildo de la Fuente, 68 years old, single, bad reputation. Owner of the Spanish-French Development Bank. Send each an invitation to tea, 2 days apart.
I mean, to be the beard for a gay man would probably be like the best option because he would leave you alone, you would leave him alone, you know, and at best you can like strike up a friendship. And bitch about your horrible mother. Okay, we need to find a key to, I guess, the office. Such a pretty horse, that's why I was drawn to it again. But yeah, I'm invested. Oop, okay. Kind of invested. I think it's Hope. It looks a little bit too young for the mother. Yeah. Don't know what the forehead. Is that supposed, like, is that, should that be there?
I think she wants me to follow her.
Is that the ichium?
Where did she go?
Doctor of Medicine, to all whom this letter may come, greetings. Okay.
This is the part of my house that was in ruins. So it was some kind of doctor's office? I wonder what happened.
Such a beautiful room. Okay. 1910? Absolutely fucking not. No, these historical accuracies, they yeet me out of the immersion because in general I'm kind of into it, you know. It's interesting. It's not mouth-washing, you know. But I'm enjoying myself. And then we have this 1910. No. And like no. Okay, what's this?
He must have been a very beloved doctor.
Why? Oh, are these cards? Thank you cards?
Quite a collection. There are drugs here to stun a regiment.
And that's the family.
The painting is beautiful. I imagine they would be Dr. Frederick Montcorb and his wife. And the girl must be a young Hope. They seem happy. What happened to them?
I mean, a picture is a picture. That's the same thing, the issue I have like with gossip mags and everything, you know, where they're like, oh, look at this woman defying, I don't know, this asshole billionaire because she looks like she has a sneer. Yeah, but it's a picture, you know. That could be completely unrelated because if it's just a picture, it could be just accidental. Maybe she just sneezed or something. So a picture is always, you know, it doesn't say 1,000 words, but you can put in 1,000 words. So it's the same like this super famous picture of this sailor kissing the nurse, you know, and then later it turned out that he basically forced her to kiss. She didn't even want it, you know, and everyone looks at the picture and is like, oh, it's so romantic. No, it's not. It's basically, you know, sexual harassment. So picture, you can look happy in a picture and be completely miserable. That is very, very possible. Also, look at the hands. That is AI. Okay, look at her left hand. She has a white sleeve, just like the husband. But his, no, it's his right hand. The right hand. But his hand is on the daughter's shoulder. So, detecting AI shenanigans. And again, I'm not happy about this. Why would you do this? You, like, God. I'm happier with buying assets, you know, or public comments, pictures and photos. There's so much to choose from. Or ask a friend, you know, they can be in on the, I don't know, revenue for this game. Just no AI, because once you introduce AI bullshittery into your game, I will be questioning how much thought you put into other details and whether it's also AI generated, and then it's a whole thing, you know, where like I don't trust the artistic intention anymore because it's taking shortcuts that are unnecessary. Because literally using public comments pictures is just as great, or even, you know, pre-designed assets, but they're real, you know, they're not AI bullshit. And I mean, look, that arm, no, that's not cool.
Oh, so this is an ischium.
Oh, maybe it's in the skeleton. Did he hide it behind the ischium, like the skeleton we've seen?
Before, doctors used to perform surgeries in their own offices.
What before? What do you mean? Doctors still perform certain kinds of surgeries in their offices. It depends on the surgery. His grieving wife extends her gratitude for the numerous expressions of condolence. Okay. Who passed away on April 9th, 1904. Is that cross German? I don't know. Weird, weird, weird. We can look into... There's only horrible stuff in there, I can tell you. So we'll go to the skeleton and look at its hip. A grabby grabby. Right? No? But... Ew. It has a key on its butt. Alright, well... Butt key. Ugh. Okay. Let's go. Slowly. Is that door already open? Yes, it is. I think upstairs we have still... Oh, maybe this? No
This
hope.
must have been Hope's room.
No.
The room is trashed. Did his mother do this?
It's obviously not her room because it says no hope. It's a little bit
The door is
ham-fisted.
locked. Where might the key be hiding?
Find it.
It looks like someone deliberately smashed this mirror. It looks like a couple in love. Someone has slashed their faces.
A wedding day. I'll always be by her side. So she married the year her father died? Oh boy, that's a lot of emotional turmoil.
Yes, it's open.
Yeah.
This must have been Hope's love. The boy she eloped with. The one she married shortly after. And died of illness. He looks very young. I suppose they both were.
His jacket is all wrong. You would never have the button there. That is... Right? It's completely as cute. Well, okay. Okay, I shut up. No, I'll probably not shut up about it. I try to not talk that much about it. Another picture. Harlot. She came home with baby, I'm sure.
She couldn't destroy Hope. And therefore, destroyed everything that was part of her.
So, we got a key. But for which door? Let's see. Should be upstairs. So she wants us to find out what happened to her, I think. Maybe that's our goal in this story. To basically tell the stories of the ghosts that came before us in this house. Didn't we already open this? What? You sure? Oh, wait. Was something in a room with a key? Yeah, he mentioned it. Oh, I'm a doofus. I forgot. Is that liquid? No. Okay, let's get back to it. There. Aha! Okay, another letter.
February 10th, 1910. I have accepted all of my mother's conditions. I know it's the best thing I can do. It seems extremely cruel to me the way she has forced me to hide my problem, as she calls it. On the other hand, she has arranged several meetings with distinguished gentlemen. She expects me to forget my past, the love of my life, and fall into the arms of another man. I think money, or the lack of it, has driven her even crazier. As for my problem, she acts as if it doesn't exist and has demanded that I behave accordingly. I don't know if I'll be able to do it. It also pains me that she has sold my father's things to buy me dresses, jewelry, and perfumes. I feel like a crude commodity, a barter, an object of desire for moldy old bachelors. I should refuse, but I have nowhere to go. The most important thing for now is to be able to spend the winter under a roof. Then we'll see. I saw how she hid my father's work notebook in the living room, but I didn't see exactly where. I knew it was because of its precious moss green covers. I would love to read it so much. But she locked herself in the living room. I heard a very loud noise, as if a piano wire were breaking.
It seems like she just resigned herself to obeying her mother's orders and whims. All for a roof over her head and some food? No. There must be some other reason.
Get with it. She got a baby. She got a baby to take care of. God. Ugh. Okay.
Wait, this fireplace was lit before?
I don't know. Look, there's something in there.
It looks like a child's drawing. Why would someone throw it into the fireplace?
Because it's a
Who is Violet?
the mother. For grandma, no, Violet is the baby or the kid. So maybe she was already a little bit older.
Understanding. After your husband's death, you returned to this house. But you weren't alone.
Yep.
You came back with a daughter, didn't you? But a daughter wasn't part of your mother's plans. What happened to her? What happened to Violet?
So did she lock her away? Because if she was already older, like, you can't really lock away. Well, you can, unfortunately, lock away a baby, but it's different. You have to take care of the baby. But a kid, very often, like, for abusive parents, not saying this is something you should do, you might have locked her away. Oh my god. It's been... Oh, so this is a starting note? Okay. Then this should be... I don't know. I'm so bad with notes. Oh. Oh! Okay.
Something strange just sounded on the piano.
So the highest note was not shown, and that was it. Ooh, okay. Okay. We got the diary.
Dr. Frederick's journal.
The situation has become
that's a lot of text.
unbearable. My wife's condition is deteriorating rapidly. I consulted with a psychiatrist friend at the Hospital de São Paulo in Barcelona, and his prognosis is not encouraging. Delusions and paranoia have now been added to her neurosis, which are embittering the life of our daughter, Hope. She remains obsessed with a senseless hatred for the poor boy who walks by our house every day. It's as if Hope were her property, and no man could court her unless he was a wealthy heir or some such puppet. I've spoken with Hope, and tonight I'll help her escape from here with her fiancé. Frankly, I like the boy very much, and it's clear that he loves her with all his heart. I have no doubt that they will be very happy, far from the clutches of a mad woman. Yes, I know, she is my wife, and I should speak of her with more respect, but I'm afraid. Lately, I haven't been feeling well, and I fear that she's given me something to subtly finish me off. I've sent a sample of my blood for analysis. On Thursday, I'll know for sure if something is wrong. If so, all the more reason for Hope to be away from this house. She has a life ahead of her and doesn't deserve so much suffering. As for me, I'll try to endure and investigate if I can find a way to alleviate my wife's symptoms. This illness is a monster that has turned my beloved into a horrible and dangerous being. I've opened a medical record for her, hidden it in the safe, and I'm gathering all possible data. My intention is to cure her, But if I believe that Hope, myself, or anyone in this house is in real danger, I won't hesitate for a moment to confine her to St. Anthony's Psychiatric Clinic. We'll see about my blood test results on Thursday. I've placed locks around the house and had bolts installed on all interior doors. I don't want her wandering around the house without my supervision. I've kept a clue to open the attic in the safe. Right now, I hear her banging on the door of the room. She's out of her mind. In fact, I'm writing this locked in the bathroom. It's the only way to have some privacy. I feel unwell. I think I'll rest for a while. But first, I have to write down the safe code. Lately, these dizzy spells have been causing me to forget things, and the mirror will help me remember.
All right. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Damn fool. Not even on your deathbed could you confess what this note is. I know you are hiding something for Hope, even if you don't confess, dead or not. Sooner or later, I will find out.
That's the Zodiacs, isn't it? No. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Alright. So she killed her husband with arsenic. And we need to go to the bathroom right now. Where's the bathroom? Mystic realm of astrology. Do you believe in zodiac signs? For me, honestly, it's more like a fun, entertaining thing, you know, but nothing to really believe in. Because, sorry to say, but I think it's mumbo jumbo. And I know there's so many people who really believe in zodiac signs, but I think as soon as you're like, oh, he's a Virgo, so we don't match, you know, and that's why I don't like him, it gets really difficult for me to kind of accept it, because, no. That's just a weird thing to, you know, try to logically explain why you don't like someone. And it's totally fine to not like someone, you know. You don't have to... Oh, okay. Blup. 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 I wanna... Oh, yeah. There's no... I thought I had to click that as well, but no.
There's a secret room behind the fireplace.
Well, let's get going. Well, yeah. Get in there, boy. What? That's okay. Oh yeah, we had to open something, right? Didn't you say?
Wow. All these paintings. They seem to have a lot of value.
Not sure this was already existence in 1910.
Dear Hope, I knew you would find my secret. Sooner or later, your mother will do something crazy, and perhaps we won't be able to meet again. Over these years, hidden from your mother, I have been amassing a valuable collection of paintings. This is your inheritance, my way of giving you my blessing and wishing you much happiness. You know very well why I haven't communicated this to you earlier. Your mother would have seized everything, plundered, appropriated, and squandered every last coin that this valuable collection of masterpieces is worth. No, this inheritance is for you, for when you need it most. When this house, which has been filled with horror, is rid of your mother's delusions. I know that in another life we will meet again. I wish you an existence full of peace, solace, and love. Your father.
You know what I don't get about this story? And it's not, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's improbable that a doctor, like, he must have been so scared of his wife, because as a man, 1910. If your wife was in any way problematic, you could just shove her off into an asylum without any questions asked. You could just, especially if you're a doctor, you can just diagnose her yourself. You don't even need to ask friends and everything. You can just hurl her off. Because if he was so scared that his wife would hurt his child and him, if he was suspecting her of like poisoning him, why did he wait for so long? And I know in an abusive relationship it can really happen, you know, that's why I'm saying it is not impossible, but it's improbable. But with all that being said, Dad was a doofus, because everything he did here, like, how would he think, how would he, like, the possibility that the daughter gets back with the mother dead and finds all this is so small. Especially if he hid the letter with that information inside of the secret stash. So she couldn't even have found this. Where and how could she have found it? Like, no.
Was this the inheritance her father left for Hope? It's really sad. But it seems like Hope never got to find it.
Yeah, because Dad is a doofus. Also, I'm not writing you this because your mother would have interfered. Dude, just write it in the post office and send it there. Your wife is not there. You can just send it off there. Like, okay. Okay, I'm stopping now. I'm just getting angry.
It could be useful to open or unblock something.
Yeah, we know. We know. Anything else here? Okay. Let's get out of here. We'll see a ghost now. Perfect opportunity. No. Okay. Just thought, you know, it might be. But maybe it's more melancholic scary and not really scary, jump scare scary. I think it was in the kitchen when he mentioned that he couldn't open it. What's that? Oh, that's just a table. Here. Take your time. Yeah. And another key. Can we... Oh my god. Very small hitbox, but we got it. We got it, everyone. I guess... No, we've been in her room. There's only one room left, I think. And then the Zodiac puzzle. And I guess this is where the attic goes. Because I don't think... Yeah. Okay. So, but the attic can't be on the full house, just on a part of the house, because you have that window here. Yeah, I noticed. Oop. Bathroom. Okay, let's first check if we have anything here, like the toilet. Yes! Flashing the horror game toilet! I wanted to sing, but then I realized it's not going anywhere. There's no melody. I just stop.
The water is burning.
Yeah, but that's... Yeah, makes this... That's how it goes, that the
Mirror.
steam...
Due to the steam, a number has appeared.
Yeah, so thank you. I'm not even complaining that he's over-explaining stuff, because there have been moments, hard to believe, but there have been moments where I've been very dense when it comes to puzzles. So, I appreciate it that you help people get it. Okay, now we get to the impossible save. To the historically inaccurate save. And it's such a shame because old-timey saves, they look so cool. Okay. Six.
A medical record destroyed. Burned. Could it be the mother's record?
Yeah, but she could've... She...
Idiot. You forced me. Did you think I didn't know how to open the safe? Did you really think I wouldn't find out you were making a medical file on me behind my back? You wanted to declare me crazy? Incapacitate me? You, your doctor friends, and my own daughter. All of you have been against me from the beginning. But I saw you coming, and I'm not going to allow it. You acted behind my back and managed to get Hope to escape with that nobody. But you won't have the same luck. When you come to open this safe tomorrow at noon, it will be the last time you do so. Tonight, I'm going to pour all the medicine I have left into your damn glass of milk. It will be fun to see how long you last. Here, I leave you what's left of the half-burned covers of your damn report, so you can imagine what happened to its contents. Oh, and don't worry, Frederick. Sooner or later, I'm going to find Hope. I'm going to bring her back to this house and make her reconsider. Everything will end according to my plan. Sweet dreams, dear.
And another thing. So she poisoned him with arsenic. He already had talked to his doctor friends about her to compile this file. Wouldn't they get like 1,000% suspicious if he suddenly died overnight after maybe even complaining about, oh, I'm feeling bad? They could, like 1910, okay, it is not... 1910 is when you could still, you know, put your wife into an asylum without any questions asked. It is not the time when a kind of rich-ish family, influential family, could just have someone die overnight without someone looking at this suspiciously and trying to find out why they died. And if he had doctor friends, they definitely would have been like, well, his wife, he was really worried about his wife and her being super crazy, so maybe let's take a look at the corpse. Oh, it's full of arsenic. I mean, and you know what? I think it's very small. Okay, the arsenic thing that the doctors didn't look. No, but actually, yeah, there's a very simple, short change in the story writing that could have explained a little bit of this away by making the wife, the mother, be a very famous, you know, daughter of someone who had a lot of influence and who maybe died, and so the riches are gone, but she's still a person whose name carries weight. Then it would have been more understandable that it's difficult to get her, you know, into prison or whatever, or to get her into asylum, because her name is so, you know, rich, because that's what, you know, still mattered a lot back in the days. But without it, it's like, why would anyone entertain her craziness and her murder? I don't get it. Oh god, okay. Aries, Leo, Libra, Aquarius. Let's see if I can do that without looking it up. Aries, Leo, Libra, Aquarius, Aquarius. When the moon is in the 7th house. I don't know the text. But I love the song. I was obsessed with the Hair musical for quite a while. The film version, though, I grew up in Germany. We got the musical in German, and no, I will refuse to watch it in German. Wait, I'm wrong here. But yeah, the movie, I really loved it. Very sad, but loved the soundtrack. I would do performances in my own room to the soundtrack. Okay, so we got Aries. That should be either this or this. Let's start with this one. Then we got the Leo. Oh, no, I think that's Scorpio. Oh, it's not that easy. There you go. Ha! Okay, yeah, it was just close, but no cigar. That's the arsenic glass. I can see it. It's the milk glass. Oh no. The dark secret, that terrible story filled with the walls of the house with pain. I wonder why you can't just pause it and then, you know, have the message click on spacebar to continue so people can read it. Because you put work in it, I guess, I assume, into the text to describe what happened. And it's a nice little wrap up of the previous, you know, chapter or whatever. So by taking this away from the player, it's, I don't know, you're missing out on them experiencing the story as it was actually supposed to be told.
Remember, you can only go up on Thursdays from 3 to 5 in the afternoon. I will take care of the problem. If you disobey, you and your mistake will immediately be out on the street. You must focus on pleasing a good match. Put all your effort into it. If I see that you falter or fail, I will make sure that your little Violet has a really hard time.
Like, why do her daughter and her husband entertain her so much?
Did she
Surely...
lock the girl in the attic? From the very beginning, her mother's plan was to deny Violet's existence. She wanted the men courting Hope to believe she was single and childless. Violet's hidden room, where Madame Montcorb kept her hidden and imprisoned. She was very young, but she had realized she knew she was locked up. Violet and Hope, beneath the stars of the attic. The girl fell ill. Her mother was very worried. She drew her father in an eternal spring. It seems Madame Montcorb was the one bringing her food. The girl was afraid of her.
Maybe she wanted to poison her
She
as
used to
well.
hide under the bed. Madame Montcorb, her grandmother, giving her the medicine. She was putting something in her drink? No, it can't be, can it? Was he poisoning the little girl?
Okay, I think this was... Oh, there's the mother. She, by the way. Look, that forehead, that's not supposed to be there, right? Yeah, I know. I get it. I get it. She poisoned the girl the same way she poisoned her husband. And it's very tragic. What's the...
This is the question, isn't it? What happened? What happened to Violet? No. It's not that. There has to be something else.
But I want to look first.
A teddy bear on the bed. Violet's favorite toy, perhaps? Is this some sort of improvised cage? Madame Montcorp must have put the girl here when she didn't do what she wanted. At least she had toys, although she must have felt very lonely away from her mother.
At least she had toys. Girl was poisoned with arsenic, dude.
It seemed she liked to paint. Not like she could do much else here locked up.
This did not exist in 1910. Hope's
It's
diary.
Hope's diary.
Oh. Wait, can we open it? Oh. Oh my god, it's Belle's dress from The Beauty and the Beast. And I know that because I had the doll. I had a doll back then. And it was...
What is this place?
It's very accurate. It's the wedding dress, right? Oh. It looks like the first page. She's not reading? Okay. What? No, oh! Ugh. I thought she would read it out loud, so I thought it was a mistake. Like a bug. Oh! Who's that? It's the suitor? Sorry, I hope you can pause it, by the way. I can't. In retrospectively. Where am I now? Okay. Mr. Senan Burgess Goy, heir to the Grand Duke of Burgess Goy, a 25-year-old bachelor, was my first suitor. His conversations were a monologue of self-praise, recounting his lavish lifestyle and the endless luxuries afforded by his family's wealth. His arrogance was unbearable. He treated everyone around him as mere subordinates, unworthy of his attention. Look, girl! Better than your mother, who poisons your child! Yet under the oppressive gaze of my mother, I had no choice but to hear it, to smile and nod as if his words were pearls of wisdom, all while my heart ached for my little Violet. Confined and frightened in the attic above. Yeah, you could just take her and get out. It is an option. You know? You know. Okay, next one. So we get to see all the suitors. Ooh, that's nice. Alright. Some butterfly. My visitor this afternoon is Mr. Norman de Sales, a 30-year-old bachelor and the Earl of Rushden-Air. From the moment I lay eyes on him, I sense something unsettling about his demeanor. His gestures are Sibylline. Sibylline? Sibylline? His eyes constantly shifting as if harboring secrets. Rumors have been swirling recently about his close friendship with a young male dancer from the opera theater. Who gives a shit? That's good for you. Because if he's gay, it means you don't have to sleep with him. These whispers cast a shadow over his reputation, suggesting that his interests lie elsewhere, and he seeks marriage merely as a convenient facade. Perfect! Lady, that is what you want, because then he will also care less about the child. As we walk, he presents me with a gift. A cameo choker. He ties it around my neck with a black ribbon. I feel like a dog being collared, a possession rather than a person. The coldness of the ribbon against my skin only emphasizes my sense of being trapped. Yeah, you could just leave. Again, you could just leave. Also, so her ex-husband, or not ex-husband, her former husband who died, they never saved up some money? Not a single dime? They didn't have any friends that could take care of them? Weird. I mean, they were like they lived together for quite a while, because if the kid can draw like that, she's probably like 5 to 6 years old at least. So yeah, this is all very I don't know. There's just some details in the story that kind of don't add up. You know, to make it tragic, but in a way it's like because of all those little gaps in the story, it's not that tragic. It's more like you could just leave. Okay. Annabelle Jerson River, a widower and colonel in the army, appeared in a uniform full of medals and greeted me with a stiff military salute. His demeanor was arrogant and menacing, a man who clearly reveled in his own self-importance. He spoke incessantly about his military exploits. The stories he shared were not of heroism, but of ruthless decisions and cold-blooded strategies, painting a picture of a man devoid of compassion. His reputation precedes him. Whispers among the townsfolk speak of dark deeds committed during the war. His eyes, shifty and evasive, portray a man haunted by his own actions. You know, she's pretty... For someone in such a horrible situation, she's so judgmental. I know, I'm joking. She's under duress. You know, her kid is locked up in the attic, but she could do, you know, she could just leave. I don't even know why she asked her, like, wouldn't you at least have, like, family friends you could ask, you know? The doctor friends of her father. It's wild. It is wild. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. That's the old guy. Look, in a cozy sweater. Okay. Don't know what that movement was, but oh, alright. I want to get to the next chapter so I can end this episode here, but yeah. Of all the suitors I have met, the worst by far is the foreign. Hermenegildo de la Fuerte, owner of the Hispano-French Development Bank. He arrived at our meeting completely drunk, his breath reeking of alcohol, and insisted that I accompany him to a bar where he was widely known. The experience was utterly repulsive. Rumors swirl about his involvement in illegal alcohol trade and prostitution rings. His bank is said to be a front for laundering the profits from these illicit activities. Okay. Still, your mom is poisoning your child. Surely, nearly everything is better. Not saying everything, but nearly everything is better. So who's that? What's he doing? I can't hear you. I hope this place is much more beautiful than the others. Oh, is that a suitor she likes? Maybe? I hope she didn't, like, kill herself. That would have been horrible for her daughter. Today heralded a pivotal shift in my fortunes. A young Polish gentleman graced my doorstep. Human Garrick, scion of the Marquis of Fonsalva. Anticipating yet another dismal suitor, I was pleasantly surprised by Edmund's demeanor. Despite my initial misgivings, he revealed a vulnerability, admitting that he harbored no desire for matrimony. Yet duly bound by the threat of disinheritance from his father, he felt compelled to entertain the prospect. His candidness was refreshing, and I found myself reciprocating, revealing the burdensome constraints imposed upon me by my own mother's ambitions. Our conversation flowed effortlessly, punctuated by shared laughter and an unexpected camaraderie. Despite the absence of romantic inclination, we recognized the potential for a profound friendship to blossom between us. Yet amidst the encroaching darkness, a glimmer of hope emerged. With Edmund by my side, I envisioned a future free from my mother's oppressive influence, a life where Violet's needs would be prioritized and her health meticulously cared for. Why do you think there's no voiceover for this? We have a voice actor for Hope. Weird. For Violet's sake and for my own, I prayed that this day would arrive swiftly, ushering a new chapter of hope and redemption. Alright, let's get going.
Is this Hope's room? It's completely renovated.
It's not renovated, it's just, I think it's... Or is it?
Blush, carmine, rice powder. Everything needed to rejuvenate a woman.
This was not existing in 1910. It's like, that looks like a paint palette. So that's the...
Madame Moncourt spared no expense. But judging by the type of clothing, it feels like her mother intended for her daughter to seduce, rather than to fall in love.
Why? I don't see any ankle space. Maybe the naked arms? Like, oh, please, Hope, your arms are showing. There's people around. Have you no shame?
Dear Hope, first and foremost, I want to express my most fervent desire to once again enjoy a magnificent afternoon in your company. Even now, my face fills with smiles as I recall our conversation and your warmth, which have been a true balm in the midst of the troubles I mentioned I face with my father. As we agreed, I will come tomorrow to ask for your hand, and we will carry out this entertaining farce, happy and aware that our problems will end with this act. You will have the blessing of your mother, and I the fortune of my father. Though, if I may be honest, what I cherish most from all that has happened these days is being able to count on your friendship. I am sure the future will bring us many moments of delightful amusement and peace. I must also confess to you that I am frankly curious about the secret that you were supposed to confess to me when your mother appeared and for which you told me you needed help. Don't worry, I'm sure that when we meet again, we can talk extensively about whatever is troubling you and find a solution. As for our plans in the immediate future, I suggest we let the waters return to their course, and then decide how to face this unusual and atypical situation between a lady like you and a bit of a madcap like me. With all my respect and sympathy, Edmund Garrick.
At the end, Edmund asked for your hand. Did you get married? What happened with Violet?
Nothing good, I guess. Nothing good. Is that the kid? She looks massive.
We'll be fine here, Violet. But promise me you'll be a good girl and obey Grandma and everything, okay? Look, I brought a suitcase with all the toys.
Did she leave her daughter? No. That's at the beginning, right?
Oh, sweetheart. I'm so sorry. I know you don't like being locked in here. Look, I've put stars on the ceiling. From here, they'll look better than from the garden, don't you think? Violet, don't cry. Please don't cry. I'll be back next Thursday. I love you.
Shame on you, woman. You let your mother abuse your daughter and poison her. Shame on you. There would have been a way.
What's wrong, Violet? You look very unwell. Grandma says it's just a little flu.
Yeah, better not.
What? Why do you say that? Are you afraid of Grandma? Why? She's taking care of you. What she gives you is medicine. She wants you to recover.
Violet knew. Why didn't you listen to her?
I mean, why? You know your mother. You didn't want to. You broke off with your mother because you hated her, because she treated you like shit. When you came back, you knew she was a horrible person. Why would you believe your mother over your... You know what? Officially, Hope, you suck. Your dad sucks, but not as much. Because I feel like he was in an abusive relationship. Maybe he was a little bit trapped, even though he could have, done the thing and put her in an asylum. But you are complicit in the death. We know she will die. That's the shame here. That will be the end game for this. You're complicit in the death of your daughter because you're stupid and you're ignorant. You ignored your child. You let your mother put your kid in a cage and poison her. Well, you were out dating and judging other guys. Well, judge yourself.
Yes, I know you've seen me through the window walking with a man. His name is Edmund, and if everything goes as I hope, we'll soon go live with him and be together again. And things will go back to...
You really thought it would all come to a happy ending, didn't you?
Yeah, I didn't. I could tell. Look, I know. Parental abuse can do weird things to your mental well-being and how you perceive things, but I felt like Hope had indicated in her letters that she knew that her mother wasn't a good person. So I don't understand why she wouldn't, like, maybe it was copium, but still, like, with all love, she is complicit in her kid's death because she let it go too far, and that's on her. It's not, you're responsible for your child. That's the thing for me. You're responsible for your child. Not your mother. You. Okay. Let's get it over with.
Violet, Grandma doesn't want to call the doctor. She says you'll get better with Grandpa's medicine. Please, take the medicine and eat as much as you can.
Hope. Use your own voice. Go to a doctor. This is your daughter. Fuck you, Hope. What are we doing here? Is there... Oh. Is that it? Why are we stuck here? What do we want to do here? Okay. Yeah, no shit. Hope. No shit.
Violet's bed is empty. What do you mean she's not a problem anymore? Oh no, Mom. What have you done? I don't believe you. Where did you put her? You're a monster. Where did you put her?
This is the real reason. This is why you can't rest, isn't it? The question isn't who or why. The unanswered question is where her little body is.
Ah.
Where did your mother hide her? You need me to help you find it.
Ah, cool. I mean, not cool that the kid died. Also, I actually like the voice actor for Hope, but the last thing, that was a little bit like, if your mom does something annoying, like throws away your favorite toy from childhood, and you're like, why would you do this? Come on. But if she kills your child, I would expect a little bit more of a reaction, a little bit more emotion.
No one ever knew about the existence of my little one.
Yeah, because of you.
Violet, was a victim of my credulity and desperation. I knew this would torment me forever. Consumed by desperation and sorrow, I saw only one solution.
Oh no. What did you do?
Kill
Hope?
herself. Okay. God damn it, Hope. I would have blurted that out. I would have talked to my new husband, you know, and just told him everything. And then made sure that this shitty person would go to jail. Also for the death of my dad. Also don't know why Hope, you know, she actually could have forced her mom to do what she wanted by saying, you know, I can just ask Dad's friend to look into his murder. Ma'am, I can just take this medicine, Dad's medicine that you gave me, to a doctor to see what they say, because they have you should know your dad's friends where they work. I'm assuming they're not, like, back in the days, cities were not that big, you know. You knew your way around some doctors. You could ask around. You could find them, show them the medicine and be like, is this medicine or not? Oh, good lord. It was so annoying. She's so... This is typical bad horror game protagonist behavior in the worst way. Just no rhyme or reason. Yeah, she killed herself. I know. I know.
I curse you, Mother. I have sent a copy of this letter to Edmund. He will know exactly what to do with you.
Oh, okay.
You are finished. As for me, I have decided to die here slowly, thinking of Violet and her smile. While you can, enjoy your last victory. You have denied me my daughter even in death. I cannot think of anything worse. My only solace is knowing that with my death, your plan will never come to fruition.
However, hear me out. If you would have stayed alive and still told the police what your mother did, you would have been able to find your daughter. Just a thought. But yeah, I guess she's depressed and doesn't know. She's desperate and everything. But yeah, I'm already hell-bent on saying this is horrible behavior. Like, it is so dumb that it makes me mad. So...
It is a letter from Hope, addressed to Edmundo.
Dear Edmund, I know this letter will surprise you and take away the joy you have always given me. But you are my only friend, and I want to leave a record of the unjustifiable cruelty I have been subjected to, and the terrible truth I must now confess to you. I must start by revealing a secret. I came here with a daughter. A beautiful 4-year-old girl named Violet. My mother always considered her a disastrous misfortune, a problem, an obstacle to finding a wealthy man for me to marry. For this reason, after you asked me to marry you, my mother wasted no time mercilessly getting rid of her behind my back by administering her arsenic.
Behind your back? You were living in the
Edmund,
house.
I know you are an honorable man, and upon receiving this letter, you will not hesitate to contact the police, as I suspect that if my father's body is exhumed, an analysis will probably reveal high doses of arsenic. I am sure of it. I have begged my mother to tell me what she did with Violet, but she just laughed. She laughed. She has been taken by the 4 deaths, the devils, and thus she kept raving. The girl signed her death warrant, and the black-winged angel took her away. Understand that every second I spend in this world is unbearable torment. I don't want to live without Violet. I only want to reunite with her. Edmund, I ask you this last favor, as this is my last will. Do not let my mother go unpunished. She must pay for her crimes. You are the only good thing that has happened to me since I arrived, and I leave with a beautiful memory of you. I wish you all the happiness.
I wish you all the happiness. After I
4
killed
demons.
myself.
What does this mean? Where did Mrs. Montcorb hide Violet? There must be some clue around the house. I need to find it and end Hope's soul's suffering.
So we're looking for the paintings, and maybe behind one of them is something.
What is this place?
Huh? You know what this place is. You've been here. Okay, no demons here. Also, when his family got the house, they really didn't spend a second looking at the... like, at all those hidden rooms, right? They thought, oh, this is very small. It looks bigger from the outside. And then there were just like 1,000 rooms they didn't even enter. Okay, okay.
I think there used to be another painting here. It has been replaced with a painting of death coming to take a child. I don't think it's a coincidence.
I can't move it, okay. Where's the fourth? Was that the fourth? Is there a...
Mrs. Montcorp. She was a monster. How must she have been before she got sick?
Yeah, we'll never know because her husband didn't put her into an asylum like he should have. I don't know why... do I need to... should I know which ones to move? Because... I don't know. Oh, there it is. Blap. Yes, okay. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Whew. Well, but you solved it. Robert? Was it Robert? So, now she can't find peace.
It's Violet. She's been here all the time. So close. Hope. I found her. I recognize this place. It's the cemetery.
Am I playing through this entire game? I thought I would play like one episode, but... By the way, this looks really nice. This looks very pretty.
Mom, is that you? I hear you crying. Please don't be sad. The pain you feel now is part of the love you felt for me, part of the years of happiness we shared together. In my new reality, I will always be by your side. Don't forget to live many more years. That way, I will live on in your memories. I will be fine. I have no doubt that wherever I am, I will be fine. Goodbye, Mom.
Is that the kid? Is that Violet? Do we... No, that was just a shadow. Oh. Okay. Was that her? What? Okay, it's the big... So that's Hope? Maybe? No. Is it? I don't know.
Oh, Hope, I'm so happy you found your daughter. Now you can be together. Rest in peace.
wow, we're done. I thought this would be 2 episodes, but I guess it's not. Alright. Portrait of a Torn. I think, wait, let's first stop the recording for the game. Overall, I enjoyed myself. So that's the first thing. I think pacing was fine, and I think the length was actually appropriate. So it wasn't too long. I didn't have a feeling where it was like, oh, this drags. Actually, I would have liked another story or something, because I thought, oh, that's it, you know, he died, and now he basically helps other ghosts to find peace. Because as it is, I'm like, now, why is he the one to solve this, you know, just for this one other ghost? But yeah, I think the story is great, but it was heavily hampered by the writing. And I'm not quite sure whether this is maybe due to being lost in translation, because maybe this was initially a Spanish game. That might also explain some of the, like, the war thingies, because in the 1950s there was no American war as far as I understand. But I could be very ignorant right now, and I own up to it. But maybe there was like a European war, I don't know. Probably, I don't know. But maybe, you know, it was originally written in another language and then translated into English, and then very often, like, a lot of nuance gets lost. Especially if you don't have someone translating this who is really, you know, really, really good with the language, because translation is an art, which is why AI sucks. You know, you gotta, like, whenever it's about prose and poetry and stuff like that, it's really an art to translate properly. But maybe even in general, the story was hampered by the writing, because it is such a cool story, you know. I mean, with the mother being this horrible person, but I would have liked more of that and more explanation why, for example, the father did as the mother, you know, like that no one tried to really fight her. Why was there not a single note on this, and, you know, explaining why they never tried to confront her about this or try to fight her, you know, and then maybe showing that she would be so ruthless, you know, in punishing them, that maybe that's the reason why both of them were so subdued when it comes to her. Like, more the psychological intricacies of these abusive relationships, because that's at the core of it, you know, that you had the father and the daughter were completely under the spell or the curse of the mother. And I would have liked more explanations why she had so much spell on them, especially if it was an illness. That doesn't make sense. That totally doesn't. That's not how illnesses work. That is not how illnesses. They don't turn you into a bad person. They, like, one in a gazillion maybe, you know. There are a few cases, but mostly they do not do that. There's no illness that suddenly turns you into a sociopath who kills, you know, the husband. Like, no. Because if it were an illness, she would have had, like, delusions and paranoia and stuff like that, but she didn't really. So it was like, why put an illness on that? I would say it wasn't the illness. She was already like a fucking nightmare, you know. And so there was a lot of, yeah, I feel like the person who wrote this had the story in mind, but didn't have the sensitivities regarding the mental illness and the psychological dynamics of abusive relationships to kind of add some meat to the story and to make it more palpable and to also make it more understandable why the characters reacted the way they did. Because me playing through this, my main issue was, why did no one try to do anything against this mother, especially when it was a time when the father, with ease, could have put her in an asylum, could have put a stop to it, you know, and where even the daughter would have had some way to defend herself and not, like, yeah, it was, for me, it was flabbergasting. I didn't understand why anyone acted the way they did. Even with a mother, it feels like, I guess I know why she did what she did, to wed her daughter off. But why did she? No, it's, I get the reason, but I feel like, no. I don't know, nothing really makes a lot of sense when it comes to the motivations of the protagonist. And I think that was my main issue with the game, because I think gameplay-wise, it moved very well. I had a few stutters, but nothing super bad. I think the puzzles were quite easy, but in these types of games, I actually enjoy it when it's not too difficult. You know, those difficult puzzles, they work with stuff like Amnesia or Resident Evil or Silent Hill, you know, because they're part of that franchise. But in these types of games, I always like it when it's, you know, a little bit soft on the player, so you kind of have it doesn't break immersion, you know, you don't really get stuck, you can move on with the story, which I think is very important, especially if you have a very short game. I like the looks of it, didn't appreciate the AI art, and occasionally I was like, some of the voice acting, I thought this is definitely not AI, this is totally a person, and then with others I was like, is it maybe? So I'm not quite sure. But that's the thing, as soon as you introduce something, a shortcut made by AI, people will start doubting the rest of, you know, the art of the game. But I think in general, it was really, you know, it was moody, it looked good, it played well. The story was super interesting. Like, I was invested in the story, you know, but I didn't like the writing. I think some of the voice acting was a little bit muted, but I think that's fair. Like, I can deal with that because I think it was a lot of people who were not really professional voice actors. Maybe it was like a lot of friends and acquaintances. So I think that's totally okay because I actually appreciated the voice acting. So that's just a small thing. One thing I have to say, it wasn't scary at all. This was more like a sad ghost story and not really a horror game. This is not, it was horrifying what the mother did. And that's the thing. If the writing would have turned up a notch, you know, and also, why do we see, like, man, put the mother in as a ghost, you know, make that scary, put some scares with the mother in, and it can be subtle stuff, it doesn't have to be jump scares, you know, it can be subtle stuff where the painting changes, where stuff moves or something, you know, the closer you get to really revealing the truth, maybe the more the house, you know, flips out or whatever. To make it a horror game. But yeah, it's not necessary because it can be a melancholic ghost story. It's totally valid. But again, yeah, I think the main issue I had with this game was that the writing was very tame and left a lot to be desired when it comes to the characters' motivations. What do you think? How do you like it? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let's share some thoughts, you know. Let's do some literary analysis. And see if we can agree or if we can have a very healthy, mature discussion. Yeah, also, if you're new to this channel, you know, I play a lot of indie horror games. Usually once a week, a very short one, and then once a week, a longer one. Sometimes it's more episodes for one game. For this time, I expected it to be a bit longer, so I thought it would be more than one episode, but I guess we're through now, so cool. And yeah. If you liked what you saw, feel free to subscribe. And I promise you, even if I'm the evil stepmom, you know what a great opportunity it is to have a granddaughter that I can raise, you know, while my daughter, like, I could raise her as my own daughter and then also marry her off to another rich man when she's of age. I mean, that's double the income. So I totally would not poison your daughter with arsenic because I have better things in mind for you and her. So feel free to subscribe. Anyways, I hope you had a good time. I hope you have a wonderful day. And maybe see you next time. Bye! This is my self-recorded outro song so I don't get hit with copyright claims. If you subscribe to a lot of fun tutorials, reviews, and let's plays.